Grapevine news of all the stuff that's been going on this week, that we thought was kind of like, you know, needed to be spoken about.
Yeah. So the first thing we wanted to address was something that we felt quite distraught about, actually. It was involving a 13-year-old boy and some police officers in Wolverhampton. I think this happened on the 14th of June. Now, apparently this boy was playing truant with a friend who was also 13. So they were playing truant from school. They'd been in the shopping centre causing some trouble. As kids do, you know. So they've been causing some trouble, and apparently they've been disturbing the shoppers and being abusive to shoppers and causing disorder. Those are the words that the police statement said.
But did that give them any reason to do what was coming next?
Well, this is the thing. The social media footage that you may have seen floating around that you know, we're going to put on here now for you to have a look.
Bullies, mate. West Midlands Police, we are. Look how fucking tiny he is. Is it recording? Look at these fucking idiots trying to terrorise a little kid. Oh, do you know what I mean? I'm going to go sick. Look at that, mate. He's got fucking 3 minutes and they're terrorising him.
Telling you he's got phobia.
All this way here, you guys are bullying him from his bottom.
Bullying a little child.
Breathe, man.
Just get sued.
Yeah, you lot give him some space.
You're going to get slammed.
Are you hurting him, man?
Terrorising a little baby in school, that's wrong, that.
Why are you fucking handcuffs on a kid?
It shows that he's been handcuffed, his hands, and he's been dragged across the floor into a riot van. One boy being dragged. How many officers being dragged into a riot van? Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like that was just a little bit too much for somebody who's not carrying any weapons or, you know, I thought riot
hasn't
vans...
just been dragged away from an altercation. He's not doing the right thing. He's truanting him from school and he shot
that was 13. And obviously the video will show that he's not a big 13-year-old either.
I think they said he smacked one of the police officers, obviously.
He may have been
that's the
abusive.
reason why they were going on like that. But it was just like, come on now, if you lot can't, if the training that you lot do cannot restrain a 13, 14-year-old boy, then y'all need to go and just forget
back
the job.
To police
school,
you need
to go and
academy.
do something. You need to re-look at your training, and you need to, you know, go about it a whole complete different way. Because if you can't restrain a child of that age, because it was a child, it wasn't like a child that looked like a man, it was a proper child. Then you've got problems, because that means you can't even restrain anybody that is a real threat.
Hear his voice though, and he sounds like a boy still. He's not a man. Like, don't treat him like a man. You know, I always thought that riot vans were for people who were really causing a disturbance, in a sense where they were really violent or they had like weapons and stuff like that. And the police did put out a statement on social media to kind of back themselves up after the video had been circulating, and they said that they, you know, like you just said, he'd been dealt with for assaulting a police officer and damaging equipment at the station.
Wow. I'm not saying
really?
it's not. I'm not saying it's right, but I just feel like there's things that have been a lot more worse, and people have been taken away in a lot less, you know, handled differently to that.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, the PCSOs attended, but the level of behaviour by the boys was such that plainclothes officer intervened. Now, I'm sorry, the plainclothes officer, he could have dealt with him.
Yeah,
didn't need all those police officers. But, you know, as mothers, we feel it. We you know, we don't agree with these kind of things. We know that we could deal with a 13-year-old child if they're being rude without calling 10 members of our family to come and haul them up. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't need it. Sorry, police.
I just think they went too far with that one. And the thing is like, they put a statement out, then after that, what happens? Nothing happens. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, but you know what? Like, we're speaking it today because we feel it's wrong, so it's been spoken and it's been heard, and I think anything that's heard, it's only can be acknowledged. So
definitely let us know what you guys think.
Yep. Moving on, it's bittersweet, I think. Our George Floyd has come back with a sentencing.
Yes.
To let us know, like, you know, how long Is it Derek Chauvin?
Yes, 22.5 years.
I don't know where the 0.5 came from.
That's what I thought. I may as well have just forgotten about that. Round it up. Rounding
Where
numbers,
did the 0.5
come on.
come from? Like, I don't know. I thought in America they always give like harsh sentences. Like,
Yeah, they do.
they give you the chair for less. They give you, you know, life without parole. And I just find it amazing that he's only got 22.5 years for what he did on camera as somebody who's meant to be protecting the public. This is how you've handled the situation. You've killed somebody innocent that wasn't even not trying to be restrained, and 22.5 years.
It's disgusting. Don't the American police say protect and serve? Protect what?
Yeah,
They're protecting Derek now in the prison. That's what they're doing.
They'll have to protect
They'll
him.
have to protect him because somebody
Because
will
he
kill
won't
him.
last the 0.5 if they don't protect him. But at the same time, I just feel like it's just, it doesn't really give it justice, really.
I mean, don't believe so.
Some people say, yeah, that
you
you should be happy, you know, he's got, you know, he's been made guilty.
Yeah, there's justice, fantastic. But I was expecting him to get like the death penalty or
Death?
life.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't expecting the 22.5.
No.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how George Floyd's family feel about it.
I think that the daughter was asked to say a few words, you know, about how, you know, it is without, you know, what would she be doing if her dad was here, with life without her dad and stuff. And it's just like a whole child is not going to have their dad.
Yeah.
And then they, you know, can actually grow up and actually watch their dad die on camera at the hands of this man. A lot of people wouldn't be able to watch that.
Yeah.
And that child would see that, and for that alone, right?
The trauma.
Yeah, for that alone, this man shouldn't even like see daylight again. I think giving him 22.5 gives him hope that actually I can come out one day. I don't think he deserves that.
He doesn't deserve that hope, no. And I think we were discussing it when we were saying like he could actually like go in there and get a job and stuff, and then like get out with good behaviour.
Yeah. Go back to the parole board and be like, yeah, on some good behaviour, and they could lower that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They'll think, oh, because he was a police officer in the first place, you know, shows he's got a good bone in his body. I don't know. For me, it's a bit much.
Yeah.
It's a bit. It's
bittersweet. It is really bittersweet. I feel like that could have been a better, like, end to the situation. A longer sentence without that glimmer of hope. Like, you know, I can get out and whatever. And like you said, he's gonna have to be well protected in there. He can't just be put into the normal.
That'll make his life nice. He'd probably be living better than us inside there.
Oh God, I dread to think, but
not great.
At the same time, there's been a lot of people that have died at the hands of the police, and the police have not even seen in the side of a court like that. So, you know, you have to be grateful that it went to a certain.
It went down.
Yeah, that it actually has got to this point where we've got him in prison and he's been sentenced, because there's a lot of people that have died at their hands that haven't even actually got that far.
No, it's very true. That's very true. So
you know what? Moving on to our Mr. Matt Hancock.
I'm surprised you call him by his name.
Mr. Man who handed out the cock.
Mancock, everyone's calling him, aren't they?
Matt who handed out the cock.
Mr. Cocky.
Handy cocky.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
This man.
I don't know where he just blasted out onto the news and just...
know. Oh my gosh. He really cocked up his situation.
Oh God, what is going on? Why is it with, you know, political people then?
MPs
What is wrong with them, man? They're so freaking sexual in an unsexual way. Do you know what I mean? They're just hilarious to watch.
Stiff up.
Yes.
He did not look good. He looked like a little schoolboy kissing behind the bike shed.
Yeah.
It just didn't. It looked awkward,
I know,
didn't it?
it did. It looked well awkward. It's like, come on now. You're the health secretary. You're here. You're supposed to be doing certain things. You're giving out rules and regulations. You're not keeping to them yourself, which we kind of all get now. We ain't stupid. We damn well know.
Everybody's
they ain't sticking to shit.
Everybody.
And what makes me laugh is like, you know, Boris acts like he has no idea this is going on. He knows about all of it. He's probably like, Boris, may I see Gina later? Oh, Gina, you'll go see Gina. Oh, well, make sure you're careful. Like, he knows what's going on.
He does know. But then he got caught by a CCTV, which is disgusting. Because why didn't he just go and like whip her off somewhere to a nice hotel room or something where nobody can can catch
Why
him.
didn't he just give himself a hand job, Sophie, is what you should be saying.
I know, but if he's going to do something, then he may as well have just done it a little bit smarter. It was ridiculous the way he did it.
Was ridiculous.
It was stupid. Like, because he didn't really use his brain when it came to it. But no, thinking about it, he shouldn't have even cheated on his wife anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
There's three children. What is it? 3 children they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 and she had 3 children.
15 years of being married.
15 years, 3 children each. She's married to a millionaire.
You know
Mr.
what makes me
Oliver.
laugh? How man kick her or Tim say, "Yo, Gina, is it Gina?
Yeah, is it Gina? Is it? Yeah, it is.
Gina, come out of my yard, Gina. It's time to go.
But
Time
no,
to go
you know something though? He's not even come out of my yard. He's come out of my business as well. Because didn't she work for him too?
as well."
She worked for him as well. So
Gina.
her position will be terminated, I think, with immediate effect. From is it Oliver Bonus? Oliver Bonus.
All of her positions are terminated, boy. He packed up her car and he's like, "Come on, Taya." And don't look back.
One thing though that I was discussing at home with my partner actually, and he was saying like, whoever put that CCTV footage out, that's like a breach of some kind of like
Yeah, it is.
madness, isn't
Definitely.
it? Like confidentiality and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
So
So they would have
they should have
anonymously
really-
gave that out to the paparazzi or whatever.
Yeah, they
but
would have, and they would have got paid nicely
who
for
gives
it
a
too.
shit? We
Well,
now know.
But at the end of the day, that shouldn't have happened. Really, that shouldn't have got out because somebody.
But
is
you know what?
breaking
This is the
law.
only way we know about these idiots doing their damn thing, innit? Because they're out here doing a lot. Like they're all crafty, aren't they?
Yeah.
We know that. But at the same time, like, come on now, you cannot be the health secretary. Like, let me be the health secretary. If you don't want to stick to the rules, let me do it. I'll stick to the rules for your pay. It's not a problem. Because at the end of the day, right, how hard can it be just to be like, you know what? We're in lockdown. I'm telling people they can't X, Y, Z. You've got a wife. You've got a home. You've got your kids. Like, what's the big deal? Gina's got her own thing going on. And now you've literally gone and breached the
But
whole
she
thing.
was nice though. Like she had a husband, her children, and her husband was so minted. She didn't, you know, why is she going to
Because
Hancock?
something was lacking for Gina. That's why.
But if you've got it all, I
She
don't
obviously
know.
didn't have it all, did she, Sophie?
I just don't understand. Well, I think did they go uni together or something? They went to Oxford together or something. So there may have
They're
been
probably
something.
foot buddies.
Yeah, there may have been something from like back in the day when they were younger and that they just couldn't let go of.
Listen, they're humans, innit? They're just like any other people, like everybody who's got somebody around them that obviously go to work. A lot of people, there is a lot of work relationships that come from work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
a lot of relationships that start from work.
That's true.
People spend a lot of time around each other. They're doing a lot. He's saying, you know, you can't touch. I'm tempted to touch.
So what you're saying is the excitement and the thrill comes from, you know,
I think
because you're not.
I think he's
from
it's
being
come from
in-
somewhere. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's come from somewhere.
Because to be that silly and just let a CCTV catch you like that, there's got to be something overwhelm them, passion, excitement, whatever, and they just couldn't control it. It's a shame because there's, you know, lives now that like their children's lives and everything. It's a shame for them.
But Matt's resigned now, so
Matt's resigned.
that's a good thing. And you know,
And he's apologised as well.
I apologise, but it's like again, yeah. Like it's the end of the day, it kind of is what it is, innit? The proof is in the action. But again, I don't think we're stupid. We all know what they're all about, and you know, we have to take everything they say with a pinch of salt in it because we know they don't really lead by example at this point.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of what we find out from what we don't. So
That's true. That's true.
This one has been quite piss takey though. Everyone took the piss out of him. There's been so many different little memes gone up about him, and
Some of them are funny.
they are funny. There's a lot, you know. So you know, Matt has got it. I do feel sorry for Gina's husband, you know, because he can't even go and get a paper and milk without somebody saying something to him. Poor
But I
man.
wonder if he knew.
That's why it's like me for dash out, you know. I can't just sit on and make a tan in yours.
I wonder if he knew though. I wonder if like he had an inkling or because you know sometimes people know.
I'm going to say no, he didn't, because women seem to be very good at this. I don't know. I would say no. I don't think he did. I don't think he had an inclination that she was doing shit. But probably Matt's wife knew, because women always pick up that
Women
shit.
can pick up stuff.
So I don't think he knew. But at the same time, that's probably why he's dashed her out, because like you're taking a piss.
Yeah.
Taking absolute piss. So Make her go back to her damn business.
And he threw her out the exact same night that everything got exposed as
Which
well.
is good, you know.
So
It's
shows
good that
he
he
ain't
ain't playing. He's like, no, sir.
Not making
No.
me look like a fool.
So that is a whole nother level of. It's not. It's just them. That's how they stay. It's one story after another. We'll get something else come out soon, and they'll be doing the same shit.